Okay, today we've got Waseem Sadiq.
Sadiq.
Yep.
It is indeed.
Visiting our Joomla Juice. So it's taken months to track him down, but we found him today.
I'm always hiding.
Hi Waseem, how you doing?
Hi Pete, how you doing? I'm good, thanks.
Good. We had a reschedule of this particular podcast because Waseem was too busy watching Scottish football.
Yeah, of course it was the cup game. I was hoping for Celtic to win, but we managed a 1-1 draw. Can't be too bad.
Yeah, I had an ear on the radio, and Celtic were behind by a goal, and I thought, yeah,
Shh. Keep that bit quiet, please.
And I was thinking that Aberdeen might be not a bad team to support.
Well, they were back in the 1980s. They're not now.
So do you and Chris Adams from Rockin' compare notes when Celtic are playing Dundee?
No, not really, to be honest, because Dundee never wins. So you never hear from Chris. Chris keeps himself quiet when Celtic beat them, which is 4 times a season.
Well, I reckon you should get in touch with him and put some money on in the next game.
I think so, yeah. I'll wait for him to get in touch with me, because you know what these Dundonians are like. They've got long pockets and short arms.
All right. So for our international guests, in case you haven't noticed, Waseem's got a particularly strong Scottish accent. Scotland is part of the UK, although what's your view on that?
Scotland's part of Scotland.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that.
Yeah, definitely.
Waseem was kind enough to help us out at a Linux World Expo. It was last year now, or the year before maybe. Where
I think it was 2000.
Yeah, you helped man the stands.
I did indeed.
Had you been around Joomla before that?
I had been to the Linux World Expo in San Francisco, which was in October 2006, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And I'd helped out at that expo, and then while I was there, a couple of guys, Johan Janssens especially, he asked if I would be willing to help out at the London Expo too.
Yep.
And of course, yeah, anything I could do to help out, I was willing to. You know me, Pete. I'm quite community centred. I like to think I am, anyway.
More like social minded, I think.
That's a good term.
Well, what I've done is I've just brought up on because I had assumed wrongly that Waseem had a video cam. So the reason why you're not seeing him is because he doesn't have one.
Yeah, they're outlawed in Scotland apparently.
But I thought you guys invented all the video cams.
We did, but we gave it to the rest of the world, and we decided to outlaw it ourselves.
Okay, so you don't have such things as CCTV in Scotland.
We don't need it. It's a safe, quiet country, Pete. we're only the murder capital of Western Europe.
Okay.
In Glasgow.
All right. So this concept, bulletproof templates. Can you tell me a bit about that and how that came about?
The concept behind bulletproof templates is to provide Joomla 1.5 version templates. There's tons and tons of companies out there where you can go and get a decent looking Joomla 1.0 template. And when Joomla 1.5 was released, I found that a lot of the templates, although they were you're able to use Joomla 1.0 templates in Joomla 1.5 using a legacy layer. There wasn't a very big choice rather of templates specifically designed for Joomla 1.5.
Yeah.
Being quite a forward-thinking company, and also being fully behind Joomla 1.5 and the recent debate about commercialization of extensions with Joomla 1.5, we decided to support the 1.5 code base and release templates for it. You'll notice from our website that we don't have any Joomla 1.0 Joomla 1.0 compatible templates, and chances are we're about 99% certain we'll stay like that as well, because Joomla 1.5 is the way forward.
I see here you've got some other designers with you. You've got Imran, Lawrence, Species, is that in John?
Species and John, they're my colleagues. Imran's a developer who actually also happens to be my young cousin. He's a partner in our business. Lorne is actually our intern. Lorne's still at school. He's only 16 years old, but we took him on a year ago because he's doing a GCSE in information technology at school, and we took him on to train him in making websites and using content management systems in Joomla in particular, just to give him a bit of experience in the commercial world. And things are going quite well with Lauren. He's a good hard-working young lad. And if it comes down to our community spirit, Pete, if we can help somebody out and get them into the world of web, and especially into the world of Joomla, then that's something that we're always going to do.
I'm looking at the previews on the side of the news page, and you've got one for photography, one for commerce, one for community, one for pets, and one for blog. Yep. So what I'll do is I'll bring some of these demo sites up in the video and get you to hopefully remember them and visualize what I'm looking at, and maybe you could tell us a bit about them and how they came about. So I'm going to bring up the pets one first, which has got a big picture of a pussycat on it.
Yep. Okay,
how did this one come about?
The reason why the pets one came about is let me start again. The reason Pets One came about is that my partner Fiona, she works as a mental health officer for the local council, and one of her colleagues is a world recognised pet breeder rather.
Yeah.
She's won various competitions at Crufts and things like that, and she asked us to put together a template which could be used for both her own site and for other types of pets. We know there's a lot of people out there that dearly love their pets and would like to have a website to show off their pet or to show off their pet's pedigree. So that's the reasoning behind that one.
Because I just switched it to another version, and I've got a dog, and I think there's a rabbit there as well, isn't there?
There's a pink rabbit. There's grey cat, white cat, brown dog, and green macaw. Now, the template can actually be used for anything other than pets as well. We're currently in the process of doing a version at the moment, which is for a local, believe it or not, it's for a local football club. It's a friend of mine runs an amateur boys football club for ages 11 to 13. And we're using actually the green version of the pets template with the football pitch as the background image rather than the parrot.
Okay.
And it's working out really well for them. We should be ready to launch that one within about a week and a half's time. We're just waiting on content from the client.
Okay, that's the one with the macaw on it.
That's the one with the macaw, yeah.
Yeah, and so you put football image instead, have you?
Well, basically all we did. We removed because the template's so flexible. All we really had to do was create a background image in place of the macaw image. The macaw image is applied using CSS as a body background on the page. So all we had to do was basically create a new image with the same name, upload it to the images folder, and it changed instantly.
Well, that's very nice. Thanks for showing us the screenshot of the football team, Waseem, and I'm going to move on to another one. This one, which you can't see, but I can, it's really nice and colourful, is the photographer template. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can see it actually. I'm going to open on my screen too. Although I don't have a webcam, I do have a browser.
Yeah. Nice colours, but it's got you've got a massive picture up there. Is that what were you thinking? Were you thinking photographer?
The thinking behind this template is actually to allow photographers to have a split screen on their site, so that because most photographers want to show images on their website. They want to show galleries on their website, and having a large area where they can show images, and at the same time separate that from the rest of their content, but make sure that the content kind of fits in with the page design.
Yeah, I understand.
That's really the thinking behind that.
So when you're a photographer or his web developer setting this template up, let's say instead of the standard Joomla content which we're seeing on the one I'm looking at, would you suggest that they maybe just use the photograph on the front page and switch the other module positions off?
Well, you can actually. The only difficulty that causes is the photograph is a module position in itself.
Yeah.
The main body area on the template is actually the bit that you see underneath the main coloured block in the middle of the page.
Yeah, where it says "Welcome to the front page" down the bottom.
Now, unfortunately, with Joomla 1.5, one of the limitations that we have is that you can switch off the component, but you can only switch it off globally on the template.
Oh, okay.
So what we've done is we've deployed a system which we call page specific CSS, which allows you to hide the main body area on a page where you don't actually need it. Now we have a client in Australia who's actually already using this template, and they've set it up pretty much exactly as you've just commented, where they've switched off the main body area on their front page. And they've got the main image area, and the 3 module positions underneath is all that they're actually using on the main page, and they're using the rest of the template throughout the rest of the site.
Yeah.
Because whenever we build Joomla templates, we always try and make sure that the module positions are all collapsible and all flexible, so that the end user can have as much flexibility with that template as is humanly possible. Now, if the user only, say for instance, the user only wants to use module positions, they can use the page specific CSS to switch off the main body, and they'll be left with only module positions. If they only want the main body with a couple of module positions, they have that freedom and flexibility as well. And if they want to use everything, they can again do so and end up with a look which they'll see on the screenshot of the template, or they'll see on the demo.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I'll move on, and we'll have a look at the next one, which is called, well, looks like a blog template to me. JBlog?
Yeah, JBlog. Yeah, indeed it is. And you got it in one. It's a blog template. It's designed specifically for blogs set up with Joomla. We wanted to have something with a traditional blog type layout, which would save the user having to create such a thing.
And again, you've got with this, you've got a selection of colours.
We have indeed.
Well, I'm just going to change and have a look. This one's called Bordeaux. I wonder what that is. Oh, okay, you got a maroon and green and yellows.
Yeah.
It's quite lively.
We tried to keep it as bright and lively as possible.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Well, for me anyway, there's nothing worse than going and reading somebody's blog when it's quite dull.
And we've got Garcia Sola. This is something that amuses me. I tell you, like template developers around the world, and there's quite a few of them, but they come up with these creative names. How do you come up with a name like that?
I'll tell you the absolute truth, Pete, is our designers came up with the name, and I actually like the names that the designers came up with.
Yeah.
So I left them as that. Usually I'll try and name templates based on either the base color or the most prominent color.
Yeah.
But with these ones, because it was the background color of the template is pretty similar throughout. We just felt it was better to use names.
Yeah, I've just changed to Minstrel.
It sounded nice.
Which is it's got an orange navigation bar and an orange logo.
Yeah,
that's really nice. They're very fast loading. I take it these are pretty much CSS.
The only image actually, other than content images within that template, is the main banner image that you see. Everything else is just CSS. It's background colors and border colors.
Yeah.
We've used a JavaScript equal height column script to actually create the columns, so that regardless of which column has most content, the other columns that are published at that time will also expand to the same height as that column.
That's nice.
It's entirely to keep the template lightweight and fast loading, Pete, because I think that's what, from experience anyway, that's what people want from their blogs. They don't want something that takes a week to load up.
Yeah. Okay, so moving along, this one I really enjoyed looking at, and you put a lot of work into the commerce one, and you've sort of created a bit of content.
We're actually right in the middle of updating all of our demos to with non-standard Joomla content, just to show them off to their maximum capability, the way that they were designed to be shown off.
Yeah.
That process should be finished within 7 to 10 days. My young cousin Imran, who you mentioned earlier on, I've got him up here in the office this weekend for the next couple of weeks, to basically to plug all of our new content into the demos.
That's nice. And I mean, even though you've called it commerce, you could use it. You could use it for a regular site, couldn't you?
Absolutely anything. Yeah. All of our templates are built with flexibility in mind.
Yeah.
Although we've suggested what the templates can be used for, that's not to say that that's what that's all that they should be used for. You can use a template to show off pretty much anything, to be honest.
Yeah. While you're talking, I'm just changing a few colours. It's really subtle changes, but they're nice.
Thank you. That's exactly the way they were designed to be. They were designed to be very, very subtle. Because at the end of the day, if somebody's using this template to show off products, then we don't want the template. We didn't want the template to overshadow the products.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've just used the vote component, and you've even styled the thank you message. That's really neat.
We've even styled
the thank you message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that we've done, and I can't remember if it's on. I'll dig out which template it is, but we also styled the search component, so that the search functionality is kept highlighted on the page. But I'll dig that out for you and figure it, when I figure out which one that was.
Okay, that's fine. But I just having a bit of a look around, and I thought, oh, that's nice. Because it's all those little touches that make a difference to people, you know.
It is. I find that myself, Pete. If I'm doing a site for myself, I like to make sure that the little things that the small things are catered for. Things that people generally leave off a template is what makes the difference in making a site stand out. Because at the end of the day, people buy our templates to make their site stand out from their competition. If their competition are also using Joomla as their base, then it's the little things that are going to help our customers stand out from their own competitors.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, well, I'll move on to the community one.
The community one. That one was from the templates which we released at launch. That was actually my favourite, which is why the Bulletproof template site is based on the community template. We had thought about using a completely different template altogether for Bulletproof, but then we thought, well, why not show off one of our own templates?
Yeah. Okay, I've just clicked on that, and you can see you've got a red header instead of the blue one I was looking at, and the other one. Oh, I've just noticed something.
Which is?
A devilishly good offer.
A devilishly good offer, 66.6% off.
So if somebody buys a bulletproof template and they use this code, do they get a discount?
They do indeed.
How
They
long?
get a 66 point. The discount's going to last until the end of March.
End of
so
March.
Yeah, so there's still another nearly full 3.5 weeks.
Brilliant.
That the offer's going to last for.
Okay, well, I'm sure people, if they have a look at the templates and see something they like, they'd be mad not to use the discount code, wouldn't they?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, so hopefully I might have saved people a few bucks. Haven't made you much more, but I've saved them a few bucks.
Well, the main reason why we're doing the offer is it's our launch offer, and it's something that allows us to give back to the community.
True. So we'd encourage people who've got a great template, scored a discount, they can then donate the discount to their favourite.
They can absolutely. Well, they can donate the discount to their favourite open source project, which is hopefully Joomla.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I sort of promised myself I wouldn't do this to you, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay, sure.
There's undeniably a lot of buzz around the community about different projects, and some people try one thing or stick with Joomla. But tell me honestly, have you tried working with Drupal?
I have indeed.
And how'd you find that?
Well, I first tried Drupal probably about 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And I was setting up a blog website for my stepdaughter. She's 14 and at secondary school now.
Yeah.
And I thought that if using something like I thought that maybe using Drupal would be easy for both me and her to grasp.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I had a lot of trouble actually setting up the Drupal suite on my server to start off with, and then once I did manage to get it set up, trying to figure out how to set up navigation and how to set up extra pages, it just proved to take too long to learn because I was used to Joomla. And I have been. I'm probably more Joomla centric than most other people within our own immediate locale. And Drupal just it didn't sit right for me, so we ended up going back to Joomla.
Yeah. So from like a new user's experience, how do you think they'd cope with Drupal compared to Joomla?
I think it's completely night and day, Pete, from a new user's perspective. Because one of the main pulling points for Joomla is, believe it or not, it's the community. Yeah. When I first started using, well, it wasn't Joomla, it was Mambo back in the day. I was quite reluctant to get involved in the community because it seemed all very cliquey, and it seemed like a very closed community, and there was a certain degree of people looking down their nose at you if you were asking a newbie question, and that's something that you just don't get in the Joomla community. If people go into the Joomla forum and go and read standard questions, they'll see the same question asked and answered time and time again.
Yeah. People
tend not to ignore newbies, and I think that's the winning formula for Joomla. I mean, I certainly personally, if people have seen my posts on the forum, they'll have seen my signature, which has always been, if you don't know the answer, don't be afraid to ask somebody who does, because there are lots of people in the Joomla community who are active who do know the answers.
Yeah. Yeah, and because you're actually we've dealt with Drupal questions, so you're actually self-taught in CSS. Is that right?
I am completely self-taught in everything web. The background is that I wanted to launch a website maybe about 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
And I had a seed of an idea for a website, and I approached lots of people, friends, family, even external people, to build a website for me. And it just in 18 months down the line, I was £24,000 lighter and no website to show for it.
Oh.
So I thought to myself, well, so there are 12-year-old kids at school that know how to put together a basic website. Why don't I know how to do it? So I spent maybe best part of a year and a half learning HTML, CSS, and looking around at various content management systems. When I first started learning how to build a website, I very, very quickly realized that if I wanted to build a website with more than half a dozen pages, then I needed to have a content management system. And believe me, I looked at them all at the time. I looked at things like PHP Nuke, Post Nuke, Typo 3, Drupal, basically the whole gambit. And I'll be honest, when I first looked at Mambo, I think Mambo was at the 4.0 stage at that point.
Yes.
And Mambo in itself was quite difficult to understand. It was quite difficult to put the blocks in places to within my own head to be able to build the website. So I kind of left it alone when I first found it, and I persevered with Post Nuke. I built a website with Post Nuke, but it was just really, really unstable. And at that time, I hunted around again, and I think Mambo had released version 4.51 maybe. And at that stage, it was pretty close to what we would recognise as Joomla 1.0 nowadays. And it had just become a lot more in my own eyes anyway. It had become a lot more user friendly, and I don't know if that was down to myself having learned more, or down to the software having been developed more, or even a mixture of both. But I found that I could build a website in Mambo, and I started using it. And like going back to this question about this point about the Mambo community being kind of cliquey, I joined the Mambo community, but I never ever asked any questions in the community. I was a member of the community for maybe about 6 to 8 months before the split, which was in September 2006. Yeah. And straight away, I joined the Joomla community, and I haven't looked back since.
That's really cool. Well, thanks a lot for today. It's been great.
You're very welcome.
And maybe we can do something else down the track when you've got some more offers, more templates. And
absolutely. Well, one of the things that I may as well point out now, make some good news for some people, is that by the end of April, we hope to have 25 free Joomla 1.5 templates online.
Wow, free,
absolutely free, no cost, no money. Download them, use them, edit them.
Are these for Joomla 1.5?
They'll all be for Joomla 1.5. Yeah, we've made the conscious decision that although it may be detrimental to our business at the moment, that we're not going to build Joomla 1.0 compatible templates, because, as I said before, that we see the future in Joomla 1.5 and not in Joomla 1.0.
Really?
Just the flexibility with a Joomla 1.5 template is it's unreal. If people haven't tried a Joomla 1.5 template yet, then they really, really should, because unlike Joomla 1.0, you can style just about anything you want.
Well, you've heard it, everybody, from a man who knows more than most. And Waseem, I may as well let you have a bit of a plug. Go on, give us the URL for the Bulletproof Templates.
It's www.bulletprooftemplates.com.
Brilliant. And
if you
go on.
I was going to say, if you prefer, you can always use .co.uk if you happen to be UK centric, but it'll boot you to .com anyway.
Well, how come you're in Scotland? How come you don't have a Scottish URL?
Because there isn't one.
Didn't the Scots invent the internet?
We did invent the internet, but like most other things with those Scots, we tend to just give it away and let the rest of the world have it, and just take just take a back seat.
All right. Well, there's a bit of Scottish philosophy from Waseem Sadiq, who's up in Glasgow. Thanks again, Waseem, and hopefully we'll talk to you
Very
soon.
well. You will indeed. You will indeed, my friend.
Bye.
Is that us done then? Bye.
Well, we are now. it's all down to the editor now. Let me just.
All down to the editor, make me sound good.
What goes around comes around. Enough said, 'cause it's working me to the ground. But in the dirt, I'm going to write a message to you, knowing the rain is gonna stop the message getting through. I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you soon. Yeah, yeah. I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you soon. Yeah, yeah. I believe there's good to come about. The gravity of this I've just got to try. It's touching you, it's touching me in a long-awaited way. I'll sing a song to let it be known that I want you in this future day. I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you soon. Yeah, yeah. I hope to see you soon. Bye, 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 bye. I hope to see you soon. Yeah, yeah. I believe that's good to come about. The gravity of this I've just got to trust. Then I let it go. It's touching you, it's touching me in a long-awaited way. I'll sing a song